Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer night. The beer we're going for tonight comes from Thailand by way of Faversham in Kent. It's from the Boon Rawd Brewery. It's this one. It is Singha or Singha. It's the original Thai beer apparently, brewed in Bangkok, Thailand, but this particular bottle, as I'm sure most if not all in the UK, are brewed in Faversham. And for those of you who are not up on your brewery locations, Faversham is the home of one of my former favourites, Shepherd Neame. We'll come on to the former favourite bit in another video in a week or so's time. But yeah, what can I tell you about this beer? Well, it's a 4.8% ABV lager. It's a 630ml bottle. It's an odd size. It's not two lots of 330 like some of the bigger ones are. And I got it in Tesco's for, was it £3 for £5? I got this one and a couple of others, and this is the last one for me to sample. I can tell you something about the ingredients list, and one of the things in there is disappointing. Your ingredients list is water, good. Barley malt, good, is what is required. Fructose syrup, that's the disappointing bit, and hops. And yeah, it remains to be seen if it actually is a problem with this beer or not. The inclusion of fructose syrup, don't know, never tried it before. So without further ado, let's get this one out into a glass and see what we think, shall we? And we're going to pour into my Lemmy glass because I can. And the pour is, nice bit of smoke on the open there. It is very pale, ridiculously so actually, with a voluminous head. Anyway, that's your Singha in a glass. It's golden, pale, clear as a bell, with a white head of about 2 fingers worth. So it looks, I suppose, like a lager. A little bit paler than my usual liking. Ridiculously clear. Have a look through there. Can you see? Look. There you go. Hi. Anyway, yeah, stupidly clear. Let's have a whiff. It doesn't smell of much. There is a faint lager smell. Yeah, faint. Light. Little hint of the malt. Little hint of something that's verging on citrusy. Let's give it a bit of a swirl. Yeah, stupidly light on the nose. Not an awful lot going for it. But there we go. Anyway, it looks okay. It smells light. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. Body's alright. It's what you would expect of a lager. It's light to medium. Carbonation is good. The flavour matches the nose. It's very, very light. There's not a lot going on. There is a hint of bitterness. And then that fades. And you're left with hints of lager. And something that can only be described of as ever so slightly soapy. Other than that, there's really not a lot going on at all, which is not entirely unsurprising. It is a bit of a shame. The finish is light, it is clean, and it's crisp. It does those lager things quite well. But flavour-wise, I'm left with a fairly generic lager flavour that is not particularly appealing. There's nothing special about this beer at all. Some lagers, particularly Pilsner types, tend to have that citrusy, spicy, peppery sours goodness and that grassiness. This is just, for lack of a better term, cookie cutter template lager. It's generic, it's light, it's designed to appeal to the masses. And yeah, it's just a little disappointing, that. Anyway, scoreboard of joy time for the Boon Rawd Brewery's Singha. Currently empty. Let's fill it in. And we're going to start with the looks. And that, for me, was the first clue that something was not going to be to my liking. I know it's lager and I know it's intended to be pale. But my God, that's insipid levels of pale. Right? You can have a golden lager that's not particularly dark, but that's void of much. Yeah, it's really void of an awful lot at all. It needs more colour. It's not an inspiring looking beer. But I like the clarity, I like the white head. I'm going to go down the middle on the looks. I'm going to give it a 0.5. The aroma was the second clue that something wasn't particularly going to go in my favour tonight. It's very light on the nose. And what is there is a generic lager smell. There's no particularly nice hop note. There's no particularly nice malt note. There's nothing of any form to write home about. I'm going to struggle to give it points. Is there anything I like? Not really. There isn't. It's not got any redeeming factors for me on the nose, and that sounds really bad. But I'm going to give it 0 points. The body is good though. The body works for a lager. It's light to medium. It's good levels of carbonation. It's not too much. It's not too little. It's quite vibrant carbonation. I appreciate that in a lager, and therefore I'm going to give it the full point. And the flavour. The flavour, once again, it kind of matches the nose in as much as it's very light. And there's not an awful lot going on. And I'm getting something different. The thing I couldn't put my finger on earlier was slightly metallic. It tastes like cookie cutter template lager. You know, make a lager. Here's a recipe that something like ChatGPT would have come up with. You know, it's real simple. I can see why they do that though, because it appeals to the masses, and I get it. I do. It works for what it is, and it pains me to have to give it points here, but I'm going to go down the middle, because even though I don't like it, millions of people will do, and it does what it should be doing. It's a light lager. And the finish, again, it's all about the bitterness. Well, the little of anything that there is bitter, and that's where you get most of it on the back end. Otherwise, it's just light, clean and crisp and refreshing, and it is actually, along with the body, one of the stronger points, of the beer. So I'm actually going to give it a 0.7 on that one, which means we've got 2.7 out of 5, which is a little over halfway. It's not to say it's a half decent beer, because to me it's not. But such is the point of objective scoring. So yeah, would I buy it again? No, absolutely not. I wouldn't buy it again. Does it represent value for money? 3 for a fiver, or was it 3 for 6? I can't remember. Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say it was a 3 for a fiver. I still don't think it represents good value for money, because there is so much better beer out there in that same offer. and the Singha is just not one. And it will not get the full bonus because it did not get a full 5 out of 5. Came nowhere near it, really, let's be honest. So it has got tonight 2.7 out of 5. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So this one is absolutely not a repeat purchase for me. For those of you who like your lagers on the light side and fairly traditional tasting, shall we say, then Singha might be a beer that you enjoy, because it's light, it's clean, it's crisp and refreshing. That you can't take away. The flavour's not to my liking, but it's a light lager, it might be to yours. So yeah, I like the bottle artwork though. I do. I do like the label. It is nice. I like that traditional Thai dragon, lion, whatever it may be. I like it. Yeah, that's it. So not a repeat purchase for me, but one for the lovers of light lager. And that's where we're going to leave it and say, that has been a beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.